Oh, I just started recording. Oh, here I am. Good morning. Heading to the gym, and today's workout. And so my split with my coach is 4 days a week. Yeah, and so like 2 on, 1 off, 2 on. But I still am working out 6 days. So there's 2 additional days that I'll go in. And this is just some additional work. So I'm not hitting the big body parts like chest, back, and legs. I'm just hitting a little bit more bicep work, some shoulder work, really lateral. I might maybe have to add some rear delts in there too, and then calves and abs. And so hitting those muscle groups. And I don't need to do that, with the plan. But I like to keep things moving. Rest days are good and are needed. But these aren't days where I'm just really overexerting myself either in super hard pushing. Yeah, I'm pushing hard, right? But the muscle groups heal very quickly. And but like calves and abs, like those are not even touched in the other days. So it's good to get those in. Also forearms. I was gonna do some forearms yesterday, so I'll do them today. Yeah, but I like to keep things moving. I talk about the merry-go-round and keep things moving forward and spinning, because once things slow down too much, it's difficult to get it back going. It reminds me of Michael Phelps, the Olympic swimmer, most successful one of all time, and he would train 7 days a week. And why would he train 7 days a week? Well, it's great to get that extra rest in, but is because the people that would take the Sunday off or the weekend off, when they came to restart the week and start on Monday, they wouldn't be in full gear again until around Wednesday. And so Mondays and Tuesdays weren't as good as they could be, is because they're coming off a complete break. And so one of the things that made Michael Phelps so great is not just because he had that extra day. It's just that, which obviously probably helped too, but it's that it kept all of his trainings at a high end. So he wasn't having to kind of restart every single week. He would be able to roll into the week and carry that over. And so imagine that over the course of weeks, months, and years of the advantage he got, and it shows, and how successful he was. Sorry, I got a cough. As a as a swimmer, the most successful one of all time, most successful Olympian of all time, and he did not let his merry-go-round stop spinning. And so you gotta have that. And now it doesn't mean that you don't take rest days. Like when you're weightlifting, you do need to make sure your muscles rest and all of that. But what if you rested and all of a sudden, but you blow it up by eating terribly, or hey, I'm not resting, I'm resting, but then you go play 3 hours of basketball or something. Well, you're not really resting then. In fact, you could get yourself hurt or something. So you got to have it, but have it in a smart way. And so I'm assuming, as well as even Michael Phelps, he had work his rest in there, but he didn't let things go to a standstill. Hopefully that makes sense. Sometimes I ramble, especially in these mornings here where I haven't had any coffee or anything like that, and so sometimes I'm rambling. All right, now I want to talk about sorry, this cough here. I feel fine, but I got a cough, but whatever. And but I want to talk about scarcity versus abundance. It's from a mindset standpoint. And one of the things that so many people operate out of, especially salespeople, is with a scarcity mindset. They're scared of where the next deal is coming from. They're scared that, what if this person says no? They're scared that they have an opportunity and they can't do anything with it. And when you operate out of a place of scarcity, you tend to get the results that you fear are going to happen. That I'm afraid people aren't going to work with you. And guess what? They don't work with you. You're scared that the leads that you're going to get aren't going to be closable. And guess what? They end up not being closable. You're scared about where your next deal is coming from. And heck, you don't know where the next deal is not coming. You start becoming a self-fulfilling prophecy. And because you're operating out of a place of scarcity. And for instance, let's say you're prospecting and you're trying to get a new referral partners or get a new deal or new lead or whatever it is, and you're operating out of a place of scarcity. I need this to come. I need this to happen. Is that comes through your mannerisms. That comes through your voice. That comes through the way that you're communicating, and the other person that's receiving it, they might not consciously know what's going on, but they can absolutely feel it and sense it. And because you're operating out of scarcity, people don't want to work with you. That's how it happens. When you're operating out of a place of scarcity and you're worried about getting a closing, and you get a lead and you try to push it through, even though it's not a good one, and it falls apart because it was never really a good one to begin with, well, you ruin that relationship and potentially other opportunities because you try to push something that shouldn't have been. Or you try to get a lead or get a closing and you're deceptive, and what you're saying and your promises and what you're going to do, you can't fulfill on it, but you're trying to get the closing, and it becomes found out, you'll lose it, and things fall apart. Operating out of a place of scarcity is not a good place to be, is because you end up getting more of those things, the things that you're worried about, versus a place of abundance is you're not operating that way. If you're not afraid of where your next deal is coming from, you're not afraid that, hey, about getting this referral partner to work with you, you're not afraid to where your next deal is coming from, did I say that already? Whatever, is you end up getting more of those things. You get more deals, more leads, more referral partners. It's because when you're talking to that referral partner and in your spot where you're not worried if they don't want to work with you or not, they end up wanting to work with you more likely than not because of the confidence that comes through you. Now, if you're a jerk, that's obviously different. So don't be that way. I don't need you. No, we're not talking about that. But is when you're confident. People are drawn to that. People are drawn to confidence. They might not be able to logically or consciously explain why I want to work with this guy or gal, but subconsciously they're being drawn to you. When you're working with leads and say it's not such a great one, you're not going to be tempted to try to force something that's not a deal. Or if you're working with the lead, you're not going to feel that, hey, I need to try to maybe skirt the truth here to try to get this person to work with me because I need the deal. And through your honesty, through your confidence, that draws other people to you. They refer people to you. Hey, couldn't help them out, but they love the way that you communicated with them, you talked with them, the way you're open and honest with them, and they refer you to somebody that does work. Or you ask them for a referral, say, hey, I'm sorry, there's nothing I can do with you. Hopefully this plan helps. But who do you know that is buying a house that I could help? You're going to get referrals that way. And so how do you get to a spot where you're in abundance versus scarcity? One, try to flip a switch. It's like, okay, you know what? I'm confident. I'm abundance. Things are going to come to me. Kind of speak it to you. I don't believe that you speak things into existence. It doesn't work that way. I'll get more into that at a different time. But sorry, just parking here, is to flip the switch and say, hey, I'm turning off scarcity, I'm turning on abundance. The other thing is just get to work. Prospect every day. Prospecting is a confidence builder. If you do it, I'm going to do it every day, and it helps strengthen every other area of your business, and that starts to create confidence. And you'll start to see from that the good things happen, and then that's going to increase your confidence, and you're coming from a place of abundance. All right, I'm at the gym. That's it for now. See ya.